Okay, so number 5 looks at this piecewise function where we have 4 parts. We have the first part. Now this is valid whenever x is less than or equal to -2. So if I see a number in the parentheses that's less than or equal to -2, I'm going to use this part. We then have a second part, which is x plus 1 squared, which is good for x's between -2 and 1. So if you have an x between -2 and 1, then you'll use that part. And the final one is if it's a number bigger than 1, then I'll use this last part. Now, these are just x values I'm plugging in. I just have to figure out what portion it is. So f of -4 is definitely less than -2, so I'm just going to plug it in for x. But you'll notice there is no x, it's just 4. So for any x less than -2, my functional value is just simply 4. So that answer is just going to be 4. Now for the second one, we have f of 0. So this is my x value. So if I look, 0 is going to be in the second part because 0 is between -2 and 1. So I'm going to plug 0 in for my x. So I'll get 0 plus 1 squared, which is going to be 1 squared, which is just simply 1. Now, I just did notice I made a slight error. I didn't write this problem down right. There is a -1 here as well. Sorry about that. So if I go down here, I'm just not done with my problem yet. So I'm going to still plug in 1 or 0 for x, but I'll get 1 squared minus 1, which will be 0. I knew something wasn't right, so yeah, I just wrote it down wrong. So there you go. So finally, our last part is f of 1. So my x is 1. So my x of 1 is actually going to be in this portion as well. Because the last portion is x bigger than 1, but this equal sign for the 1 is on that second part. So I'm going to plug the 1 into the second part again. So I'll get 1 plus 1 squared minus 1. So that's going to be 2 squared minus 1, which is 4 minus 1, which is 3. So really you just have to figure out which part you're plugging into and then just plugging in to get your function value.